Welcome to Pokey Puffs.
So once again, I want to introduce. We have my man here. He's going to be a sponsor for our next show, October 18th at the Salem Centerplex. His business is Pokey Puffs, and we're going to let him talk about floor's yours, buddy. We've been back and forth. You've heard me echo. Tell me why you're, what got you into Pokemon, what got you into vending, and what got you to a point where we're now going to be sponsoring shows.
Well, I mean, that's kind of a long story, but to make it short, I kind of collected as a kid. I think most people my age, your age, kind of did start somewhere. And for me, it was starting with Yu-Gi-Oh! I like to play the TCG. I was homeschooled, so I didn't really get to go to the local card shops or get to trade cards at the lunch table or anything. But me and my brothers, we used to play a lot, and we didn't find many packs in stores specifically. So when it came to us getting Pokemon, most of our stuff came from Roger's sale. And what I didn't know at the time is that most of them were fake, and that's why a lot of them were actually obtainable and cheaper. But I didn't know the difference, and I just loved opening them. And every once in a while, we did get some real ones. And unfortunately, those kind of through the years just made their way out of my possession. Some have been lost or damaged or given away. And the ones that I have now, I have kind of just been a spawn over the crazy market that's been going on over the recent years. My daughter loves the hobby, so I was kind of into sports cards as I got older, and I've got some signed jerseys. I've got a Steelers Vic jersey I'm very proud of. I would love to get a Steelers card to go with it, but they're like impossible to find. But most of my sports stuff kind of got transferred over to Pokemon with my daughter and her infatuation with it. And I would rather do it with her and do it with something we can do together than just do the sports cards by myself. As for the vending part, this hobby's kind of a random one, or not so much a random one. I feel it's a unique one that if you pay attention to the market, it kind of allows you to supplement the hobby to pay for itself. And I think vending is a good way to get things back out to the community instead of them ending up in LA, like a lot of online sellers are doing. That's something that I would make a focal point is nothing is online. If I can't shake your hand, then we can't really do business. I'll drive to Cincinnati, Cleveland, Columbus, and we can make a deal. But yeah, I'm not going to ship it. There's too much stuff going on with Whatnot and people re-stealing stuff. And I just don't want to have anything to do with it. I know it's like the quick flip thing right now, and I could probably sell everything out, but within a week. But I don't really see what good that does anybody. When it comes to sponsoring, it's hometown, so it's local. I'm a local vendor, and you're a local show, and I would love to be a part of it. And it's on the ground, building up, and I would love to kind of get ahead of it and kind of be with you and really kind of get stuff out to the community. I don't know if you came over to the table or anything. Like most of our packs were $6 a pack, but barely over MSRP. It's enough to where, hey, I'm getting compensated a little bit since I am standing in line, or with my schedule, with my W-2, I'm able to kind of hit some of these restocks when a lot of other people aren't. And I kind of make it to where it's not getting shipped to Chicago or LA or wherever for all the rip and ship. That's kind of why we're sponsoring this coming show. We're very excited. We have a ton of blasts from the last one. JD giving us that song. I don't know if you were able to hear that. That was a great surprise. Did you end up hearing that?
Yeah, he came by the booth and was trying to use his services because I guess he's a marketer too. So he was I was glad he made it to you, and I seen the video you posted. As I explained to him, and I hope you felt that way, and that's one of the reasons why you're sponsoring, is I try to deflect everything as much as I could when I was near my booth to you guys. So when my customers came to my booth and seen me there, they're like, hey, man, and I said, no, man, go sell it to that guy or go sell it to this guy, because I have my brick and mortar. That's what's behind me. Like, I'm trying to build a bigger community around where we're at, and
Yeah.
that day a week, it's all about you. It's all about the Boneyard who set up, 330 cards they set up, Bomb Squad set up. It's about you guys, and I know like you're the spawn, and that's why I feel like, and I even asked that question because I feel like as somebody that set up at our show the first time and moved already to a sponsor, you're going to also be a good ambassador to all the people, because like everybody asked me, well, how was your show? And I said, well, I probably got about 80% of the vendors already confirmed for the next one, and the other 20, it's honestly because they're already booked. So, so I guess my question to you is something that maybe my grassroots is, what do you think would help solve this problem? We all know Pokemon deliberately didn't, print cards. We're aware of that. We read the info.
No.
But what do you think's the happy medium? I've been getting on not a bandwagon. I've been starting because I've heard nobody else say it. I think I've talked to you about it. I think if we're going to do this and be in this position, is it time we bring back first edition and unlimited so that we can have the cards to crack and the collectible side? What's your thoughts on that? What do we do to change this?
I've heard bringing back first editions. I've also heard the craziest theory I've heard is bringing in the idea of sports cards and start numbering. And if they start doing that, I don't see how the market doesn't explode even more than it's already been doing. If we start getting like one of ones like we see in Magic and we see in all other kinds of sports cards, with the market exploding as it is, like people are going to start coming over from other TCGs, I think. I mean, when it comes to Pokemon, it's like 80% collector, maybe 20% player base, maybe. While Magic, it's like the opposite. It's 85% player base, 15% collection. It's sports cards. It's all collector, but it's all personalized. It's your favorite team, your favorite player, the person you watched growing up. Every single person in the sports industry, at least in my opinion, is more of a niche than in any other specific. And when it comes to Pokemon cards, if they start limiting things or bringing back first editions and stuff like that, it'll help when it comes to the masses. But when it comes to obtainability from things like the Pokemon Center or the initial drops, good luck. You're not going to see those initial sets for the first 6 months at least.
Well, and that's the thing, though, is it's like when they're already super limiting it, you're not seeing it anyways.
Yeah.
I think that the pulse, like what you said, I think that everybody's doesn't have the pulse on the fact of the disenfranchised sports card guy, and that's also the guy that is, say, invested in Tyrese Halliburton or Damian Lillard or any of these guys. Like the big funny thing before everybody jumped over, because I was one of the only guys selling Pokemon on shows years ago, because we do everything, right? But the big thing is Charizard don't blow his ACL, and that's why more and more guys are jumping over into Pokemon.
Yep. And Charizard doesn't get in trouble with his wife. He doesn't get in trouble at the bar.
Nope.
All of those uncontrollables.
Nope. Charizard's a good boy, man. He takes care of things. So it's and if also too, I wanted to address something real quick while we have a pause and topic. In case you ever go back and watch, depending on how I edit it, you'll notice my body language. I'm gonna not hold it against you for being a Steelers fan since you're closer to Pennsylvania, but that was so if you watch the big old the worst thing is you actually talked about my favorite player playing for my most unfavorite team, so that's also the other problem.
Yeah. Actually, crazily enough, I was living in Pittsburgh at the time when we signed him. So I was one of the very few people in the city that was actually very excited about that signing. People were almost near rioting in the streets.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely that's a topic for another day. We're not going to try to get too much off topic, but I just didn't want you to go back and watch that and be like, man, why do you do the whole dramatic it's like, oh man, the Steelers stuff, I'll be excited when they trade TJ Watt away too. That'll be awesome.
No, don't. That would be horrible.
Well, shoot, man. Let's talk about some of the stuff you got in the background, man. Why don't you point out some of that product to show everybody what you got going on back there?
We like the idea that vending is going to allow us to experience so many more cards than we would if we were just simply collecting. So we were going to be a lot more loose with our collecting as a result. So all of this stuff we were going to open if it doesn't sell. It just boils down to that. And I grab it. If it doesn't sell or at a local store or whatever, I do daily pack openings. I go around town. I go to local stores or shops or restaurants and I try to find trainers that like Pokemon and want to do a pack battle and just get some free cards to them. So our stuff, our inventory has a lot of other utilizations than just sitting in the background and looking pretty, as great as I like it back there. But yeah, we've got most of our fun stuff isn't even back there. We've got like a Kanto power box. One thing I was thinking about doing for the upcoming show, I was thinking about using this that I picked up from you as a giveaway. I was wondering what you might think about that. I was thinking about doing for every $25 you spend at our table, we'll get you a ticket and we'll do a raffle at the end. And whoever gets pulled gets this pack. What do you think about that one?
That sounds like an awesome idea. We'll make sure to get that advertised, you know?
I'm excited if we're able to do that.
Well, yeah, no, once you figure out exactly what you want to do, I'll post about it. That'll be a good idea to get people in the door as well.
Yeah, hopefully that'll also bring some people from around. Like I'm hoping some people from Cincinnati and Cleveland that'll come through now that it won't be Collecticon the same day.
Yeah, and real quick too, I want to touch on, I don't want to let it slide by real quick for everybody. Talk about the fact of what you do with your pages. You do single pack daily openings. You go talk with people, open pack with people. You also, another thing I've noticed you do is you'll go and post like, hey, there's a restock at this Walmart, and you'll leave the product and you'll post for people to come get the product. Do you feel that that's like beneficial to the average Joe, or do you feel like how do you, I think it's a positive and I think it's awesome that you leave the product there, but tell me how you gone about doing that, and also tell me how you think it's beneficial for you to leave stuff out in the community.
Feedback, surprisingly, has been about 50-50. It's about 50% are very, very thankful because they were able to get to the store in time. They happened to be local and they didn't know it was there, or they happened to live close by and they saw the post and they happened to swing by and they're able to get some before it's all sold within 30 minutes to an hour, it seems, every time now. The other half, of course, that end up missing out on it, they see the post a little bit late, or they think that, well, you're just going to allow another scalper to grab that. That's also the potential, unfortunately, but the scalpers are in a lot of discords. I'm old school. I'm in one Discord, and that's only for Target and Walmart drops, and they're only for online stuff. It's not even like in-store. My in-store restock knowledge and everything, I'm not talking to vendors. I'm not doing any backdooring, talking to employees or anything sketchy like that. I happen to be blessed enough to have a boss that allows me to work doubles for my W-2 Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So that frees up Monday through Thursday to be able to homeschool my kids. And then we can do restocks and check in with the stores to see if there's any product floating out there for anybody that might not be able to go out to the store or might not even think about checking on a random Tuesday because we had 4th of July and they didn't think that the restock might get pushed. But I did. So I happened to run in and I happened to grab the last 2 tins of Chaldean Fates and I ripped them with my brother-in-law last night and it was a blast. I was unfortunate that apparently I just missed the vendor for 30 minutes late. I mean, the fact that I was able to go, I didn't put up any news or anything because there was nothing left. But whenever there is, I think it would be selfish of me not to at least put it out there for other people to let them know, hey, it's here. If you're able to come and get it, now is the time.
So tell everybody how you involve your family and your kids in this situation. Tell me how much it means to you to be doing this with your family, because it's not just your daughter you talked about. You had your, I'm assuming, your wife or girlfriend, whatever, and I'm assuming the other gentleman is family as well.
So that everybody's family. It's all family based. It's all family owned, family operated. Having my kids by my side, being my sidekicks, and I look at this as more than just like a fun hobby. I'm looking at it as an investment opportunity, not in the sense that they can get rich quick or that they can make $1 million doing this or anything like that, but an investment that I can teach them about markets. I can teach them about fluctuations, about volatility. I can use this as a comparison for the NASDAQ. I can use this as a comparison for housing. I can use this throughout their livelihood with something as simple as Pokemon cards. And I think using that and to translate that with mathematics or being able to analyze things is going to be really beneficial to them. And being able to do it in something as silly and fun and cute and quirky as Pokemon, it's amazing. It's all about the kids, as you know, as anybody else that's I hope that anybody else that's doing this knows. We've seen her face when a new Pikachu comes through or a new Eevee. She doesn't care about how much the card's worth. To her, it's just, it's amazing.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people lose sight about the fact that it is about the kids, and I understand that, like, unfortunately, there are opportunities that some adults use them in the wrong way. I know doing shows and stuff like that, there's a lot of things called trade up challenges, which I'm gonna say I shamed a dealer this weekend, but I felt like a dealer did some kids the wrong way on that kind of stuff. How do you make sure you're mindful to take care of the kids? Do you go like I know you're like it's you don't show favoritism towards kids because customers are customers, but what little extras are you doing to make sure the kids have a great experience when they come by your booth?
Unfortunately, this area is not blessed with a lot of local LCSs. We have about 7 of them with a 35-mile radius, and not all of them even host like TCG tournaments or anything. They don't have tables for anybody to even play. So a lot of them get some of the stuff that they should be able to put up and have for display and to pass out, but they don't have the room. So they just have this stuff sitting in their back room that they don't know what to do. So I'm going there and I'm asking them, hey, well, you make me a deal. I'll help clean out your space. Give me a deal on the stuff that you don't know what to do with. I'll pass them out for free. I've got Rayquaza deck boxes that I got for like $3 a piece. Market or $28 or $30. The guy said he couldn't get rid of them. He didn't know what to do with them. So I just took them off his hands. Said I'm gonna give them out at the next show. That it's just like something to get kids started with. I got limited edition Pikachu stickers that only were given out to TCG shop. The little bookmarks. I got here. I'll show you. Got like the little top loaders for Team Rocket.
Okay.
We ended up getting a whole bunch of like 3D things to put in the windows for displays, or if somebody just happens to be their favorite Pokemon, maybe they can just have it. The card stuff have been really, really great in helping us with this, and that way we can pay them and they're not just taking a massive loss on the stuff as well. But at the same time, it does help benefit things when it comes to the kids and coming to the table and making sure that they don't have to pay out a bunch of money to have a good time. Like this coming show, we're going to have a rip station. We're going to have a designated area now that we have a little bit more room on the tables, and we're going to have a little bit of trash cans. So anybody that wants to open the stuff right at the table so they can do it on camera or whatever, they're more than welcome. And well, hopefully I already have like JD's contact and everything, but I'm wondering if I can reach out to him and see if he'll bless us with another little song or something for the kids, and maybe we can have a designated time for it or something. We're gonna have a few games. We're thinking about doing a spin wheel, maybe doing Plinko or something, so that way people can have some percentages off or do some deals. Just making it more of an experience than just like walking table to table to table and seeing who has the coolest fun.
Well, that's awesome because I think that kind of goes along with the values of what we're trying to do here with this show. Because I think for the people that don't know or that'll watch this or haven't come to the show, or even the people that have come to the show, they've seen the centerplex that we're handling it and also doesn't realize there's 2 other buildings right down that we are going to have the ability to grow into. So like realistically, which I want to make it a destination experience. I want 3 times a year minimum, maybe 4, but we're going to be locked in for 3 in Salem. Fill that up with vendors, and I can rent the soccer field, and that be nothing but gaming. And that's why, like, having a sponsor that just has a vision for that too, and not just wanting to put your name on there and get the free promotions out of me, because I mean you're going to get tagged probably more than most other sponsors get tagged, just because I'm grateful that the reaction that everybody's given us, and also, like, that's our vision. I mean, it's no different than you've been to my brick and mortar. If you're a kid and I've never seen you before, you're walking out of here with something for free. Because I want to get, I know I got a couple more toy vendors coming in now. I would love to see some comic book guys. Like, I want it to be the spot, you know? Yeah, I think, with the first one, or with the one we had last time, there were so many shows going on. I know it's late. We've been going through this quite a few times, so I don't want to take up too much more of your time. Last thing I guess I want to ask you with this is, where you at next?
We're local. We do a lot of or expeditioning, I guess is a better way to put it for people. We check your shop or any other Watchtower. We check Bazaar over in Columbiana. We check Hobby up in East Liverpool. We check all the LCS shops along with TCG. We usually use TCG for anybody that actually uploads it. But we just help people get the cards that they're after, because maybe they don't have the ability to leave from Fandemonia and drive 30 to 40 minutes up to Watchtower. And then maybe they don't have the ability to leave from there and drive an hour up to Hobby. But I do. So if they have something that they're really after, they let me know, and I keep an eye out for them. And if I find them available, I let them know. I go and pick it up, and then I get a 5% fee of whatever it is the card's value is. And they get their chase, and everybody's happy.
Yeah, so you're almost Uber and Pokemon cards. It's basically DoorDash for Pokemon.
Yeah, honestly, kind of.
And Ubering and DoorDash and packs, man, sounds like a good play. Definitely something to think about.
Honestly, it's a lot less for packs. It's more so for the single.
Yeah, I mean, singles too, because I tell you what, it's see, I've been doing that to a point. I've been sitting on, if something rarer comes by, and especially if you know a specific person, I've been sitting on some stuff, not much, but that's like you being a good salesman. You know your clientele and you're trying to take care of them. That's what that is.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. Last question. What is an automatic for you? Like, what card, if people are bringing to the show, you're going to automatically buy all the time and it's going to get the best percentages out of you?
Oh, I don't want to say that on the screen, but that would definitely be Snorlax. And if you just came to the table, you would be able to tell. I've got Snorlax shoes. I wear a Snorlax keychain. You'll never find any Snorlax at my table, and if you do, there's an uncanny premium on it, and there's no logic or rationale to it other than you better want it more than I do.
Well, sir, I'm sure we're going to be doing this again. I'm going to annoy you with one of these after I smooth it out, and definitely appreciate having you on board as a sponsor, and we're going to make October 18th an amazing one.
Yeah, of course.
I have no qualms about you making sure we're taken care of. You've seen the yard signs, man. I appreciate it from the first time.
Oh, you ended up seeing them?
Yeah, because the gentleman behind me, well, you can't see him now. He's out of camera. He's a Salem guy, too. Gave him a couple because he knows some city council members. And he's like, yeah, you're Pokebuff guy. He's already got him over here and here. And I'm like, okay. So, yeah, man.
Yeah, actually, I put them out in front of Aldi. That was a little bit of a risk. I've never seen any signs out there. And the day I put them out there, 2 days later, there was 4 signs out there. So I think I kind of started something on that strip.
Nice. Trend setting. So, hey, next time, though, I'm working with one of the farmers up on 62 to get some billboards. So we'll upgrade from...
Okay. Promos Unlimited, that's where we get all of our apparel. Outside of the shoes, my wife makes those. But for the t-shirt, they hook us up. They're local out of Salem. We try to keep everything local and avoid Amazon or anything. So I can reach out to them about maybe talking about signs.
Yeah, there's supposed to be, I don't know if you've heard of Ace Shirtery. It's literally right down the road from me. that lady's son comes in and plays Commander. It was just one of them things. I try to outsource everything locally. All right, everybody. I want so there again, like I said, we'll be talking with Austin again. So everybody needs to go follow him, PokePuffs. Say thank you again, Austin, and we'll talk to Austin again here shorter before the show.
Thanks so much, man.
All right, everybody, go give him a follow. PokePuffs, proud sponsor of our next show, October 18th. Once again, everybody, go give him a follow. Thanks, everybody.
Have a good one.